I said we ain't gonna cry. We ain't gonna cry no more. One of these old days, yeah.
Open up.
Alright, is live now? Yeah. Alright, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS. And Shalom to you brothers across the world pushing this truth and sincerity. Alright. It's Friday night. And it's, pretty much a open forum. Okay, we're going to just go into the scriptures. Because, the year is, 2020 and we're getting closer to the end, and so far a lot of prophecies have been taking place, because, the Most High is getting ready to come back, man, and destroy Babylon. So we're going to jump right into the scriptures, all right?
Isaiah chapter 26, verse 21 says, "For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
For the iniquities the earth shall also be disclosed her blood, and shall no more cover her slain."
Yeah, so it says the Lord coming out of his place, all right, to punish the inhabitants of the earth, man. Okay, and that's what the Most High is doing now. All right, by bringing these plagues. Okay, he's basically making moves now. All right, to destroy this place, to destroy Babylon. All right, little bit by bit, Okay, because now we're approaching what? The time of judgment. All right. When you read in Matthew 24, it gives you all the end time events that's going to take place before the Lord comes back. Okay. So these people out here that believe that they believe God bless America and that the Most High is for this place. No, that's not the case. Because what the brother just read, how the Most High, he's going to come out of this place to punish the inhabitants of the earth. And how is he going to do that? We also got Second Edges. We could read that. Second Edges 15. Mm-hmm.
Second Ezra chapter 15.
Yeah, because he's going to destroy this place for the iniquities, for the sin upon sin that goes on, in a world. All right.
We
go right into the point. What's that? Verse 5, I believe.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. "Behold, the Lord will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction."
Yeah, the scripture said the Lord will bring plagues upon the world. Okay, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, and that's what the Lord is bringing. Okay, and scripture speak about how the Lord's gonna bring pestilence also. And what's big right now is that coronavirus. Okay, which we know that ain't nothing but SARS coming back. All right, and people are dropping dead, left and right from that. Okay, and now you have cases of it in here in New York, man, and in the United States. All right, so and that's an avenue that the Lord is using to bring judgment, to bring destruction upon the people. All right, so you're gonna have many more disease outbreaks. Okay, and being that we're on that topic, we could get real quick. What's that? Matthew 24.
It says, "Behold, the Lord will bring plagues upon the world."
Mm-hmm.
It says the sword, famine, and the destruction.
Yeah, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay, so that's the will of the Lord, man. All right, the Lord is not bringing prosperity. Okay, happy times. And those are things that the people they want to believe, man, that the Lord is is going to bring. But no, the Lord is bringing the total opposite, man. The will of the Lord is to destroy this place. Yeah.
For the wicked had exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Yeah, it said for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. Okay, Real quick, what's that? You could get Revelations 18. Yeah, wickedness have 18:5. Wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. Okay, because as the years go by, wickedness increase, man. Okay, as the years go by, it's like there's no limit to what Esau can do, man, with his wickedness, man. It just goes to a whole new level. But now it reaches a point where the Most High he got to take this place down, man, for the sins that goes on in this place.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
For her sins have reached unto the heavens.
Yeah, and who's the her? The her is talking about Babylon, all right, aka America. It said, for her sins have reached into the heavens, man. Okay, because everything in the society is sin, man. Every little thing is sin. Okay, even the littlest thing that you don't think is a sin, man. All right, you have major sins where you got goddamn transgenders walking around here. Okay, that's a sin. And you got things that you might think is minor, man. Like, for example, these banks. Okay, you gotta you put your money in the bank. They charge you interest. That's a sin. Okay, when you're working, you don't get paid. You don't get your check until a week later, 2 weeks later. All right, that's a sin, because what? You're supposed to be paid by the day, man.
Yeah, before the sun goes down.
Yeah, before the sun goes down. As the scriptures say. But Esau, he breaks all the laws of the Bible, man. Okay, this society being a credit based, everything is credit based society, man. That's a sin. Okay, because you're not supposed to put usury on nobody. But what Esau does, he makes everything credit based. If you want to own a home or get a car or whatever, they gotta put interest on everything.
Precept for you right here, brother. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin, is also transgression of the law.
Mm-hmm.
And the law and transgression is of the law. Whosoever committeth sin, like it. Whosoever commits sin, transgression also of the law. And
Yes.
sin is the transgression of the law.
Yeah, so whosoever committeth sin, transgresseth also the law. It says for sin is the transgression of the law. All right. So that's what sin is. Sin is transgression of the law. All right. So the scriptures say that the sins have reached into the heavens, man. All right. Her sins. And who's the her? Babylon, America. Okay. So America is a sinful place. It's a sinful nation. In America, you can worship any religion, any idol. You can worship here in America. Okay. Okay. The Bible's supposed to be what? The law of the land, but they break all the law, statutes, commandments that's written in the scriptures. Okay, so it was more on that? Oh, I think it was more on Revelation, right? All right, Shalom,
We're back in Revelation 18, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
All sins have reached unto the heavens, the Most High have remembered her iniquity.
Yeah, the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Okay, so the Most High didn't forget the sins of this place, man. Okay, especially the bloodshed of the children of Israel. Okay, the bloodshed of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that was spread upon this land. All right, the Most High haven't forgot nothing that have been done here in America, man. From the time of slavery, you niggas getting shot down in the streets, the murders, all right, all the crimes, the rape, robbery, okay, extortion. Okay, the Most High remembers everything that goes on in this place, all the wickedness of Esau. Okay, and the time of judgment is going to be near. Well, the time of judgment is near, man. Okay, Lord willing, 2020 could be the year. Okay, but we know it's close, man. Where Esau is going to get his payback. All right, more.
Yeah, verse 6. Reward even as she rewarded thee, and double unto her according to her works.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen, man. Esau is gonna be paid double. All right, when this place go down. Hey, look what Esau, the hundreds of years of slavery we had to serve in this land. Okay, hey, y'all gonna be paid back double in the kingdom, man. Okay, y'all when y'all get y'all slavery, y'all gonna go through 1,000 years of slavery in the kingdom of heaven. All right.
It says so. It says in her cup is filled. It is filled onto her double.
Mm-hmm. And her cup, yeah, and that cup. You read about that cup in Jeremiah the 49th chapter, around the 12th verse. Okay, that cup represents judgment, slavery. Okay, that Esau, so-called white man, is going to have to take upon. You know, just like how we had to drink of that cup. Okay, so we could. What's that? Matthew 24. All right, because you know the this year the prophecy has been kicking off left and right, man. Okay, everything that we speak about in these scriptures, man, been kicking off left and right.
I got some.
Okay, you can bring it up.
All right, this Habakkuk 2:6, and it says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against him?" Now, a parable is dark sayings, and a proverb is something that is usually a wise saying. You know, like what people call today quotables. So that's a proverb, a wise saying. But Esau is going to be a proverb, and you know, people are going to use it against him, and say, "Woe to him that increases that which is not his." You know, one of the things that Jake like to do, they like to turn things to adjectives to describe. Sometimes they use people as adjectives to describe certain things. Let me give you an example. Let's say a person on drugs, you be like, the Jake might say, "Well, he got Bobby Brown," or whatever. A person got beat up by the cops, or he got Rodney King. So Jake have a way of describing things by turning things to adjective, and that's how Esau's gonna be. He's gonna be an adjective. I mean, he's gonna be a proverb, and he's gonna be example of what standard you're not supposed to follow and things that's unacceptable with the Most High. And it says, "Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." Now, when you go into the Hebrew word for thick clay, the word there is abatya, which means depth. And you know, although Esau, he's actually in depth, but like the word depth itself just means a past due payment, and the depth that he's really in is sin. So he's heavily indebted with the Most High, meaning he has to make a payment to the Most High for his sins. That's why it says in Revelation that his sins reach unto heaven. Or like it say in Romans, the wages of sin is death. Because a wage is what? Is a payment. So Esau have not yet, the Most High has not yet received his payment from Esau. So Esau have to make this payment, which that payment is going to be through blood. So as of right now, he's in debt with the Most High. Should they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and the wake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. And that's going to the other nations, because the Most High is going to use the other nations to carry out his judgment. And at the same time, the Most High is going to bring his judgment on the nations. That's it.
Preacher right here. James chapter 5 verse 1. Go know ye rich men weep and howl. It says, for your misery is that came upon you. says for you rich. It says go ye now, you rich man, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. The riches are corrupted and the garments are not eaten. It was talking about, man. It's talking about the so-called white man. Back then, it was talking about the Israelites, but now it's talking about who? The so-called white man, because he's rich, man, and the different nations. It says, and your riches is corrupted. You ain't got the real gold. You got a debt-based system. You got a bank card. You got a credit card. As the brother said earlier, man, they want to pay you monthly or bi-weekly or weekly. You got to pay you when the sun goes down. That's the scriptures, man. So that's talking about the so-called white man. Your riches is corrupted. Oh, you're gonna pay a man when you work a day, you gotta work a month, his wages, or 2 weeks.
And then you tax the man.
You know? Tax him more than shit.
Yeah, Esau. Yeah, that's what you have. You have this. He mastered the idea of debt, and and because Esau, his end goal is to have the world indebted to him, so that way you have the world enslavement. And the Most High already set up a standard on how to govern this world. That's the laws. You have the year of Jubilee. During that year of Jubilee, if a person was in debt to you and he could not pay it, you release him from his debt. That's it. You give him a free start. But Esau will hold his debt over you, and then at the same time you have let's say you're in debt to a phone bill. Right? And let's say you can't pay that phone bill, something happened, blah, blah, blah. Now you have these debt collection agencies, they'll constantly call your phone, harass you, and say you passed due payment. And your original debt was not onto them. All these are just private corporations that bought your debt penny off the dollars and trying to get that debt that you owe to somebody else, and that's wicked, man. That's wicked. But Esau, he mastered the idea of debt and how to put everybody in slavery. That's why they want to bring this microchip as a worldwide standard and get rid of the money, because there's so much money transaction that Esau's not touching. So you want to be able to monitor everything. Like that's why you have laws on panhandling, because he's not taxing on panhandling. He's not taxing off illegal drugs, and anything. So Esau wanted to be able to have access to every transaction.
You want everybody in the system, man. Everybody that working off the books, you're gonna get it. You ain't gonna be able to work off the books, man. Then you get mark of the beast. It says he said, your riches are corrupted and your garments are mud eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and is rusted, and it shall be a witness against you. Yeah, your silver and your gold, man, is cankered, man. You mix it gold and you mix it silver with the extra alloys, man. Silver and gold, man, it's pure metals. That's the two metals of a true banking system, man, for Israelites and other nations. The other nations use gold and silver too. But what did Esau do? He turned it into a dollar bill, a fiat money. They have a credit-based system, man. You want to make it take a credit card out. And you even need a credit card. He said, what if you to build your credit, you got to get a credit card. And when you pay the credit card, if you back in interest, man, that's going to go up on your record. You can't get a car, and you can't get an apartment. So that's Esau's the so-called white man system here in America, man, a credit-based system. Your credit-based system is going to fall. You're taking money from nowhere, from the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'll say something real quick. It says his gold and silver are corrupted, and
his canker.
And his canker is being mentioned about rust, right? Because real gold and silver doesn't rust, because rust happens through oxidation, and that's how you're being robbed. Because if you purchase gold and it begins to like oxidize, that means either you're not getting the amount of gold you're purchasing, or it's not even real gold. That means they put, because they put other metals, other alloys to harden the gold. You getting jewelry, but the thing is, Esau, he will sell you, let's say something is 18 carats or whatever, and it's really only 10 carats. But he'll sell it to the price of 18 carats and telling you it is 18 carats. And over time, you'll start to see like the effect of the gold, because it's not as pure as he said it was of gold. It is in that he's selling to you.
It says your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be witness against you, and shall eat your flesh with the fire. You heap up treasures together for the last days. Yeah, this is so-called white man last days, man. Well, Esau 1,000 years is already up, man. Esau is who the Bible is talking about, man. His 1,000 years is already up. Already past the 1,000 years. Your time is up, man. Verse 4. Behold, the hires of your laborer will reap up your field. Who's the laborers? It's talking about us, man. The Israelites, the ones you call wetbacks, Mexicans. Go back to Africa, go back to Mexico, go back to your country, man. Those are the ones that build up America, man. Unto this very day. The ones you like talking shit about. If you send all the immigrants back home, man, or send so-called Negroes back to Africa, man, this country's gonna fall. It says, behold, the highest of you, we the one that build America up, man. We the one that build Manhattan up, LA, the West Coast to the East Coast, man. We, Israelites. Behold, the hire of the labor that you heap of who have reaped on your fields, which you kept back by fraud. They kept our wages by fraud, man. Because all these different nations that came into America, including so-called white man, they got stuff to pass on to your family, man. They got houses, they got money, they got bank accounts when they pass away. Some of them got you got to go to the bank to be passed away. You can pass it on to your family, but we ain't got nothing to pass on to our family, man. You know why? Because the Most High put the curses upon us, man. So we ain't got shit. All we got is a debt, and we gotta pay the funeral bill. It says you have kept back by fraud. It says cry, and they cry which you reap into the ear of the Lord of Sabaoth. That's the Most High, man. The Lord of vengeance, the Lord of Sabaoth, man. So the Most High gonna judge the so-called white man for what he did to the Israelites.
Yeah, Esau figured ways to rob you, because let's say you make 80,000 a year, and now on paper they'll say you make 80,000, but how much did Esau tax and what you got in your pocket?
Yeah.
You know, so because he would tax like 42% of your whole check. So if you calculate that through the 12 months of the year, he pretty much took away. You only really made 33,000 a year, and then you see 80,000, you will want more at the end of the year, and he'll tell you, well, we didn't take enough in taxes. So that's fraud. And according to Esau's own law, they have wages as being non-taxable, and what we make is wages. We don't make income. Income was corporation make. Now, how do you tax us through income?
A bag full of holes.
Okay,
I'm thinking it's Haggai 1:5, if I'm not mistaken.
6.
But the way Esau found ways to tax you and say that you make income, because whenever you receive a pay stub or you go to work, you operate under a corporation now, or alias, which is all in all caps. You know, it looks like you, it sounds like you, but it's an alias in all capital letters, which is a corporation. So you operate pretty much in the vehicle of all capital letters. So that all capital letters is a corporation, and you operating that corporation. So that's how you tax you at the end of the year. They said now that was income, because when you get your state ID, social security number, when it's in all capital letters, that is not you. That's a corporation. But when you go to work for such and such, or McDonald's, Walmart, whatever you work, now you operate under that corporation and you receive an income, because that's not an actual person.
I got a scripture, because we spoke about the laborers, okay, which is Jake. This is Job chapter 20 verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Like, and who's that talking about? It's talking about Esau, all right? Because what Esau is planning, his new world order, everything he's doing right now is leading up to Esau's new world order, okay? and how he's trying to have everything under control. You know, and the brother mentioned the RFID chip. Okay, with that chip, there's no loopholes around nothing. You have to fully follow the so-called white man's system. You know, and he could just constantly rob you, you know, of your wages and things like that. But what? During that time, the scripture say what? In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. You know, and we know that word straits mean a position of difficulty. Okay, because the Most High is going to, you know, throw his loopholes in there, man, to, you know, stop Esau from accomplishing what he's trying to accomplish, that new world order. It says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Okay, you know, the brother mentioned, you know, Jake, you know, Esau's system, man, and you know how it, you know, it's basically just robbing Jake, man. Okay, now you look up that word wicked, it's not talking about a wicked person. The word wicked in the Hebrew, which the Hebrew word here is amal, which means laborer. Okay, so the scripture say, you know, so every hand of the laborer is going to come upon him, man. And who's the laborers? The laborers is Jake, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The time is going to come where the Most High is going to put that spirit on Jake, you know, to basically rebel against this system, man, rebel against this kingdom, all right, and fight against the so-called white man, all right. You have scriptures speak about race riots, okay. So you know, them times is still to come, man. All right. It says
you said the word laborer. Now a laborer is that's a god that's pretty much pretty much a slave. That's a nice way to say slave. The person that's the workman. So that's why I say empowerment to overtake the repo.
Yeah.
We're the workmen. Like you could type in on Google how America corporation that pretty much prospered through slavery, because through our enslavement, that's how America was able to exploit us and become great. So the Most High is gonna turn things around, you know, because we had a time to suffer. Now it's our time to come up.
That's right. And I precept for you off. Haggai chapter 1 verse 6. You have so much and bringing so little, or bringing little.
Right, the sowing is actually, that's our labor. You know, because back in ancient time, you read in Genesis, it said how the Most High sent the dew, and that's how the vegetation was moisturized and watered. But then after Most High put the curse, when we read that, is in Genesis the 3rd chapter, it said curse be the ground.
Yeah.
And actually quoted in the book of Eli. That's when it mentioned like to the sweat of thy brow.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not calling no verbatim, but in other words, we're gonna have to work. You know, we're gonna have to farm. We're gonna have to for us to receive the strength of our vegetation and herbs and everything. We have to like actually maintain it, because a lot of plants pretty much life support. You know, you got to take care of it for it to become strong. Whereas before we didn't have to put in labor, so now we have to put in labor. So that's what's going on now. We're laboring, we're working for Esau, and we're not reaping no benefit from it. You're not reaping no benefit, because at the end of the day, they found ways to tax you and get the money back. So you still living check by check.
If you want it.
Yeah, you can bring it out real quick.
Okay.
It's a good point.
Yeah, this is Genesis 3:17. It says, and unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
It says, thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field.
I mean, you're gonna have to work.
That's right.
You know, you're gonna have to wake up early in the morning. You know, till the ground, put the seed in. You know, you gotta be able to break the ground up, put the seed in, nourish the ground so it can grow, and then like if you start in a small pot, you start off in a pot and you put it in the ground. So that's all work. That requires the time. That's labor.
It says, "In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread."
So it says, "Sweat of thy face thou eat bread," because and back in ancient time, men was more self-sufficient. If you wanted food, needed anything, you got it yourself. Now, whereas in these days, you got to go to a supermarket. So for you to get bread, you got to do what? You have to work. So you're gonna have to go through sorrow. You may have to work 7 days a week, 6 days a week, and you may not even. Well, not until you're not gonna see the money. You're gonna get taxed, and it's always gonna be in sorrow. Okay.
It says, "Till thou return unto the ground."
Until thou return unto the ground, because that was going back into the ancient time. When you fast forward to these times, you can't even retire no more. You got Jake in the workforce at 55, 60 years old.
And they pushed the retirement age up now. What is it, like 67 or something now, I believe. Yeah. They can't even retire. So they constantly working and they work till they die. So you never even really, even if they do get a chance to retire, if they retire around like 55, they may die 2 years later. So it's like you really enjoy it, live your life. You live your life as a servant, a laborer. Yeah. This is a little bit more. It says, "Till they return unto the ground, for out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and to dust shalt thou return."
Right. In other words, you being born and dying and decomposing. That's it.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know if y'all watch it that Netflix series with it's something it's about the like serial killer on Netflix, cat, something about cat something, but pretty much about this Edomite. He was he started off with like killing cats on YouTube and stuff like that. Then it transformed to him actually having a murder online. He had like a bloodthirst for blood. He loved killing. He loved the attention, and that's a mindset of Esau. Esau have guilt. They say like serial killers. They say serial killers are born that way, and like it's like the definite. It's like they got serial killers and have or a psychopath and a sociopath. They say sociopath becomes that way over time through an event, whereas a psychopath is born that way. Esau is a natural born psychopath.
Oh, yeah.
He's a natural born psychopath. He don't have mercy. He don't have sympathy on nobody else but him. He don't care. Like the same things like you have mercy on. You're like, damn, that ain't right. Esau, he don't care. As a people, they don't care.
Matter of fact, yeah.
They don't care who they hurt.
I have more Haggai, brother.
Okay.
Haggai chapter 1, verse 6.
Yeah.
Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye have eat, but ye have not enough. Ye have drink, and ye have not full.
Yeah, because you could never, like the way he set it up is to you live a stressful life, you die early, and he'll constantly tax you and accumulate money and money and money, because the more you work, the more you are reliant. Because now it's supposed to be a man's right to actually have a family business. That's why you have different corporations. It always was such and such and son. Such and such and son. You didn't have to go to college. You had a family business. It was passed down to your son. He became of age, mastered the business. He passed down to his sons. So you never had to worry. And that's why Esau had generational wealth, because a lot of these corporations, these businesses, it was all family-owned businesses. Whereas Jake, they going to college to get an entry level in a family business as a secretary or entry level position.
And all that step-by-step process you got to go through is all money making processes, you know, that they put you through, you know, because before you got to have this degree or that degree, you got to go to college, but you have to spend what, thousands, $50,000 or something like that, you know,
to work for somebody with a third grade education.
Yep.
And that's really what it is.
Mm-hmm. So it's all a system, man. It's all a system, a debt based system. You know, you go to school, you go to college, which is all debt, just to try to get a career. You know, and you might not even get that career. You know, but now you're flooding in debt, chasing the goddamn dream, a false American dream, man.
Nightmare.
Yep.
He clothed, but he learned warm. It says, he that earned wages.
When you warm, it means to be, you know, comfortable. You know, because you can never, like, the amount of overtime, no matter how much overtime you put, how many years you work, like, just taking 2 weeks off, it will put you back in debt, you know, because that's how much they take in taxes, and you're not really seeing all the money that you're working for, unless you have, you know, kids or something like that. And if you have kids, you're still not seeing all the money. Everything Esau do strategically. He know what he's doing, you know.
Says and he that earned wages to put in a bag with holes. You got it.
Right. So, you want to say?
Oh, if you, bag with holes, you know. Basically, because, and we go through it, you know, you get paid, they take out taxes, then you got this bill, that bill, you know, you always got something to pay. So, you know, at the end of the day, once you get your check, you know, about a day or two, you ain't really got no money left, man.
Your phone bill,
all your earnings doesn't go to, you know, actually, you know, it does, like, most of your earnings may not even go to your cost of living. Mm-hmm. You may have to pay all these red light ticket. Mm-hmm. Nobody got hit, nobody got hurt. You had to pick a red light ticket and this ticket or whatever you got to pay. And before you know it, your check is spent, and then you got to do the next thing next week. Work all these hours and just do the same thing all over again, all the way to you 67.
It's like a hamster in a wheel. Hamster in a wheel, man, that's America. It says, he that earned wages to put in a bag with holes. That's it.
Okay, I got something.
Yeah, it's like you run into speed bumps, so to speak. You know, like you keep going, and you hit a speed bump, boom, 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 and it just keeps slowing you down for getting you from your destination.
It's Baruch chapter 3 verse 7. 3 verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers which departed from the Lord our power. Yeah, and it said, you know, that how we was going to be, you know, subject to payments, man. All right, that was one of the curses that the Most High put on us. All right, because it's like, you know, every brother, well, all Jake, man, all Jake got, you know, different situations, but, you know, Jake as a whole, they're living in the same predicament, man. Basically, check to check. Okay, the rent is too damn high. You know when Jake get paid, they can't really save no money. All right, and when the little money you do try to save, something comes up down the line. You know, where you got to take that money out of your savings and use it for something. You know, and that's even going back into Deuteronomy 28 chapter. One of the curses was, it said, curse be like basket, man. All right, and what is the modern day basket? Is talking about your banks. Okay, you might try to, you know, put money in the bank account. You got to take that money right back out, man, to pay a bill or emergency situation.
Brother might be uptight. A brother might need a couple dollars.
Yeah, brother's uptight. You know, and you know, but Jake as a whole, you know, because what? Yeah, you might have rent. Your lease is up. You gotta they might want to go up on the rent. Now you got to pay more money for rent. You know, So you know, this system, man. You know, this is all the fucking money making. America ain't nothing but a corporation, okay? For Esau to get richer off of us, man.
To oppress us.
Yeah, and to oppress us, man, and to keep us on the bottom. Oh, that was my man.
Yeah. On your recording.
The year is about 2 hours. Keep going.
That's fine.
Like that song?
No.
I got something if you want.
Okay.
Right here. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before them, as such as afflicted him, and made know according of his labors. Right.
Yeah, that's right, man. And who's the righteous man? Okay. We're the righteous men, you know, Lord willing, we're a part of the elect, okay? And we're standing in great boldness to Esau, all right? And telling him that his kingdom going down, all right? And that the Lord is going to raise up the nation of Israel, man, and set us up in the kingdom. Yeah.
So then the righteous man shall stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him and made no account of his labor.
Yes, it said standing in the face of such that afflicted him, man. Because who afflicted us, man? All right, the so-called white man. But what? The scriptures say how the Most High is not going to have his prophets, you know, back into a corner anymore, man. Okay, so we come out there on the highways and byways in great boldness, man. And the scriptures speak about how they're going to go into the gates of the nobles. Okay. So we out here, out there, you know, teaching Esau his society is going down, man.
They don't respect us because they already have this narrative of us that we're a bunch of coons, we're unlearned, we're drug addicts, gangsters, like we don't carry any type of skill. So it's like, whatever, what did he know? You know? But listen, man, the Most High is dealing with us, you know? And the Most High set us up to let him know his time is up. Yeah. And, you know, and Israel is responsible for this place being great. Like every genre of music, who started it? It was all with Jakes. Jake started every genre of music, all the fashion trends. Like now everybody's wearing a beard. Who set the trend? It was a rapper. It was you know, Rick Ross started that trend, everybody wearing beards. Now you have crackers in the corporate buildings growing up their beards, and you know. But Jake, because at one time crackers, you know, oh, that's barbarian. Wearing no beard. You can't pick up no woman wearing a beard. And Jake showed you how you pick up a woman with a beard. And you know what I'm saying?
You know something that shit popular too? James Harden.
Yeah,
James Harden. But James Harden, he came afterward, you know. That's the trend was already there. You know, but you know, it had it when because when we first came in Truth, you know, during that period of time, you know, you didn't see people with beards. You know, you didn't see people with beards. Now, you know, like let's say you never seen somebody with a, let's say you got camp and somebody walking towards the camp and you got like somewhat of facial hair, you knew at some point like he might stop towards the camp and listen, or he been listening to videos, you know, because that's how rare it was.
You know what I'm saying? Fury was one of the first persons.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, in Philly, you know, if there wasn't a Muslim, you know, but you know, we're located in New York, so you don't really see, you know, people wearing beards, and that wasn't the end thing. So even at camp, you know, you might be a guy walking across the street, walking towards the camp, and you had somewhat of facial hair, you somewhat could tell like he must have been watching it. He's going to stop. You can tell he's going to stop before he even stops. Because you could see he has facial hair, he must have been the shows. Now today you don't know who's going to stop because everybody has a beard.
Yeah, like when we first came in, this whole beard fad didn't exist. There wasn't no, everybody, let's get a beard. It wasn't like that. There wasn't no big beard fad. So if you see any Jake in the neighborhood in his 20s with a beard, more likely he had to be into this. Even now, when you see a Jake with a beard, you see a Jake with a beard, he probably know about Israel.
Yeah.
He might not be like a teaching, but he probably heard it, you know?
Like you go on YouTube and type in how to grow your beard. Look at the time spans.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna go no longer than 10 years ago. If that, maybe 5 years ago. It's not gonna go no further than 5 years ago.
Wow. Verse 2, when they shall see it, they shall be troubled, and tremble in fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond as they look for.
Yeah. And what's that, man? How they gonna be troubled? Because the Lord is coming back with the chariots, all right? Which the people call them UFOs, all right? But those are the vehicles that the angels come in, man. Okay, and what color are the angels? The angels are black men. No, they look.
No, what's up with this?
The angels look like Jake's.
Alright.
Oh, so want to finish up in this? Yeah, so the angels look like Jake, man. Okay, so when they see the salvation of the Lord coming, man, Esau and these other nations, they're gonna be in terrible fear, man. All right, because the deliverance is gonna be
Fall.
Fall, which is gonna go into the deliverance is gonna be for the elected Israel, man, where the Lord is gonna come back to deliver His people, out of captivity, out of Esau's system, out of this oppression and this hardship that we go through. Okay.
Says when they see it, they shall be troubled with tremble fear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're gonna know that it's going when them chariots come, they're gonna know that it's gonna be for their destruction.
Well,
Okay.
so-called black angels, well, so-called black men.
That's right. That's right. When you see Yahushua come back in a gigantic ship, all right, they're gonna know that's their ass, man. That's Esau gonna know that's his ass, man, along with them other nations and 2/3.
And they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all they have looked for.
Yeah, because they teach that the Lord can come back on actual clouds or whatever. Everybody got their own beliefs on how the Lord gonna come back, but see, we teach we out there on the highways, byways, teaching that the Lord's coming back in the chariots, man. The so-called UFOs. So you see these sightings, these people get bugged out. What's that? Oh, UFO, and they think it's aliens, man. But they're gonna see that those are the angels. In that time, they're gonna see that those are the angels, and that's the Lord coming back with the thousands of angels, man. And that's gonna be the salvation for the elect of the nation of Israel.
That's it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay, come. With that, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm going to say all praises due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Makar Kudash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and shalom to you brothers across the world that's pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
Shalom.